Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fourth edition of the Health Show here on Talk Hot Media. I am your host, Kumbaso. In today's program, our discussion will be based on how our health is being impacted by the environment. It is believed that in Africa, 28% of the disease burden is being attributed to the environment. Human beings are playing a vital role in degenerating the natural environment, which is badly affecting the lives on this planet, most especially the young and old people.
A lot of people are scared of coming to the hospital.
Lee Hunt once said that the groundwork of all happiness is good health. Health is an important part of our livelihood. With good health, man is capable of doing anything. I am Kumbaso. Please join me on Talk Hot Media to set light on our health problems and find solutions to them. This show will explore our health problems in our society and also presenting specialists who have wide knowledge about health to help and direct you through the course of this show. So you can afford to miss this educative show because your health should be your utmost priority. Kindly like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and please do not forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you. With me here today is Mohammed Haidara, Secretary General of Gambia Environmental Alliance. Mohammed, you're welcome on the Health Show.
Thank you very much, Kumba. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Mohammed, let's quickly discuss about how our health is related to the environment.
Kumba, thank you very much once again for having me at the Talk Hot Media because regarding to health and environment are correlated because it's about the surrounding. And then when we talk about your health, it's morally about your surrounding because that's what affect your health.
Okay.
So as an environmentalist and also as a conservative because I'm also a biology major.
Okay.
So when you look at the environment nowadays, we are constantly challenged by pollution. So what kind of pollution are we talking about here? We're discussing about the issue of smoke, meaning like pollution from quarry, burning of fossil fuel and other stuff. And then not only that, but as well, if you look at within our society as well, we are talking about the issue of dust, being coming seasonally.
Okay.
So all these things are correlated to our environment and our health as well.
Okay.
So these things have a significant effect, on our health because it does not only stop from polluting the environment, but it's also affecting the health of the people because let's say like pregnant women are highly vulnerable because at certain case, when they are stay so close to certain site that where smoke are coming from, I mean the smoke, especially like quarry area or dump site area where they normally burn this stuff. So actually, it shows that research have even shows that their vulnerability and their child is always at risk of being to have this disease called cancer,
Okay.
and not only cancer as well as respiratory disease as well because the smoke that is coming from these areas are highly toxic because we are talking about significant amount of CO2 in the atmosphere.
Okay.
So yes, and then yes, so these are basically some of the things, but we have a lot of stuff to talk about, and then the area of the marine environment because health, it have to be connected with the food that we are also feeding on.
Okay.
And if you look at the Gambia as a nation, people highly depend on fish. So and then most of these are wetland where our marine species, where they normally sponge. I mean, where they normally lay their eggs.
Mhm.
Those areas, are high densely been polluted by ourselves. And at the end of the day, we feed on this same, marine species for our own protein. So
So, from what I understand, is we are the cause of our own problem in this case.
exactly, we are the cause of our own problem because we are the one emitting all this fossil fuel. We are the one emitting, littering the environment. So nature was naturally there.
Okay.
So we know we are the one, that is adding more footprint to, nature.
So, what do you think we are to do so as to get rid of these risk factors that we are facing?
So well, my advice, will be like everyone have to be responsible first, because like responsibility come with moral, not only just to be saying it, but make sure that you do it, in action. Because within you, we first of all have to observe ourselves. Like it have to start by ourselves. One, do not litter when you are in the street,
Okay.
because when you litter like a plastic, and when raining come, the plastic is you will either stop either the drainage system, you know.
But do you think that will be easy for these developing countries?
Of
Like
course.
not to litter plastic, because if you take a look at, you were using plastic, you don't
Mm.
have places where you to dispose them. So
Mm. No,
what other options do you have?
actually, in the Gambia here, the single-use bottle is not a big issue here in the Gambia because many people use it for their, home consumption. I mean, like people that are into local business, like the juice makers,
Okay.
like our mothers at home, they use the local bottle to make juice. So it's not an issue here. But the plastic I'm concerned about is about like the cheap plastic people use for like ebe and and plastic bags.
Okay.
Like the grocery bags. I mean, those ones
Yeah.
is a threat, because those one people use it just for 15 minutes or less and then later litter it on the street.
Yeah.
Because so when that happen, where it end up finding itself, it harbor mosquito.
Okay.
Because mosquito need an area where the water do not need to flow, it need to be stagnant. And when that happen, then you are creating your own problem.
Okay.
And we know how detrimental malaria is to our society, especially in the Gambia here.
Especially the young kids that are playing around. Like you
Exactly.
don't know where they are going, and they get contaminated with
Exactly.
these diseases.
Yes. So all these things are concerned, and even the COVID, scenario also taught us a lesson.
Okay.
We also learned that pollution, also contributed to the COVID impact that we Africa was constantly being challenged because like the ways that people end up littering because we are like you have to wash your hand.
Yeah.
And immediately you come from home, wash your hand before you interact with the community or before you interact with your family. So all these things, shows you that it's all related with the pollution that we litter, because like the plastic can harbor the bacteria for almost like 72 hours, as scientists say. It can harbor the bacteria. So
Okay.
imagine then you having a plastic bag with COVID and then you litter it around, someone come pick it. These are all point of contacts. So all these things are concerned. We are talking about COVID, talking about malaria, talking about when you burn the plastic, also creating another issue in our health.
Yeah.
That could lead to cancer, lead to respiratory issue. So all these things are interconnected. That's why the environment is something that we really need to be so concerned about. Yeah.
So adding to that, what do you think we should do to prevent ourselves from these environmental diseases? Like, what are the ways to prevent yourself in your environment?
Yeah, I think what I said is like first one, you have to start with yourself. Then when you go out, because you start little until you reach where you are going to. One, do not litter when you are in the street, and then two, also you have to be so concerned to make sure that you segregate your waste, because like here in Africa here, people normally mix all the waste together.
Exactly. But I also think like in Africa, like for you to change people's behavior, like you have to explain to them like what are the needs, like they have to change the behavior. It should be internalized.
Yeah, actually, yes, people normally say that
Because most of
yeah,
the time,
yeah.
like if you to advise somebody who is born in a bush in the compound and
Yeah.
like you are like this is not helpful,
Healthy.
it's not healthy, it's going to damage your health, like the person gets to be offended. Like
Definitely.
what do you do in those cases?
Yeah, because attitudinal change definitely is a huge challenge,
Okay.
which we are all facing because we know, I think it's not about people do not know.
Oh,
People know burning, plastic and others is very detrimental to your health.
okay.
But they will say like, if I don't burn it, where will I put it? Because I cannot sleep with this waste. They are very right with that.
Yeah.
But what we are saying is like, you have to come with a new strategy. You have to make sure that you segregate the waste. Waste when you have like plastic, metal, organic waste, separate it.
Okay.
If you separate the waste, then it become less odorless. If you put plastic only together, there will be no odors. You understand?
Okay.
If you put organic together, you can compost it and use it for your own farmland. People are now having garden at their homes.
Okay.
All these things could be, a way of moving forward. Even the metallic can that we are ditching around, others are looking at to make money out of it. Others use it to make local pots. So all these things are strategies we could put in place. So if the problem is like the orientation is another issue, but people know the problem, but they don't want to take action to make sure that they stop this thing from their own from affecting them, because the issue everyone is complaining about Bakare Dam site. I use Bakare Dam site for an example because it's the closest one here.
Yeah.
So, but everyone complain about it. But remember, every day, people, how much are we paying to take our waste to Bakare Dam site? So this is where the problem again come back to us again. So we are all responsible. If we are able to segregate our waste, maybe the plastic, we could have a recycling company that might need the plastic alone.
Okay.
Then the local, cans can be given to another, someone that recycle it and make local pot and benefit from it. And then, we talk about the organic waste, you make, manure with it. So actually, what are you throwing away? It will be very, very will be very little. What I mean in that. So that means that we can upgrade by through that step. It's just little by little, but if we have this additional mindset in our strategy, it will be way better. So that it will also promote our good health because our health is in line with the environment.
Exactly. So, lastly, I just want you to give a little bit of advice to the people out there as to what to do in their environment.
Yeah, my advice will be like to the youngsters out there because they used to say that we are the future leader, but I say we are today's leaders because leadership start today.
Okay.
So it's a matter of us being responsible to know that our future is currently being tampered because our forefathers have already did what they're supposed to do. So it's upon us to make sure that we create for our generation that are about to come. So I will advise my fellow youths is that do not litter on the street. One, and also make sure that when there is call for action in your community, come out and join your members and clean your own community.
I think that is very important.
We should not be only waiting on local council and be only on local government to be clean our society for us. It is upon us where we live. It is our responsibility to take care of the environment. So I think individual action matter. It really matter. Little you do could make impact in the future. So I definitely that will be my great advice to my fellow youths.
Thank you very much, Mohammed.
Yeah.
Viewers, to add on what Mohammed said, I will want to say that we must spread environmental awareness in our society and most importantly in our daily routine life. In my point of view, I think it is the responsibility of everybody to do a bit for your environment. Like it is really necessary to save and protect the environment that you are living in.
Sure.
Well, that is all what we have for you on today's edition. Thanks for watching.
A lot of people are scared of coming to the hospital.
Lee Horn once said that the groundwork of all happiness is good health. Health is an important part of our livelihood. With good health, man is capable of doing anything. I am Kumaso. Please join me on Talk Hot Media to set light on our health problems and find solutions to them. This show will explore our health problems in our society and also presenting specialists who have wide knowledge about health to help and direct you through the course of this show. So you can afford to miss this educative show because your health should be your utmost priority. Kindly like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and please do not forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.